Hello, my name is Prajakta Yadav. I am a student of Recent Training Center. Today I am going to discuss a non-technical topic about corruption in India. So let's start with the topic. Corruption in India is a long-standing issue that has been a significant challenge to its social, political and economic development. It manifests in various forms including bribery, nepotism, embezzlement, favoritism, and misappropriation of public funds. Here are some key aspects of corruption in India. Political corruption, electoral corruption. Money plays a significant role in Indian elections. Candidates often resort to bribery, vote buying, and manipulation of voter lists to gain an electoral advantage. The influence of money in elections leads to the prioritization of personal or party interest over the public good. Politician bureaucrat nexus. In some cases, elected officials collude with bureaucrats or businessmen to further personal or political interest. This undermines accountability and transparency in governance. Bureaucrat corruption, bribery, and kickbacks. Bureaucrats and government officials may demand bribes in exchange or providing services such as issuing license, clearing files, or awarding contracts. This type of corruption slows down administrative efficiency and erodes trust in the government. Regulatory and licenses. Obtaining government approvals, permits, or clearances often requires bribes. This leads to insufficiencies and delays, affecting business and citizens alike. Judicial corruption. The judiciary, which is meant to be a pillar of justice, has also faced instances of corruption, including bribery for favorable judgments, delay in cases due to personal interest, and manipulation of legal processes. This reduces public confidence in the judicial system. Corporate and business corruption. Corporate influence, in some cases, large businesses or multinational companies may engage in corrupt practices like paying bribes to officials to secure contracts, avoid regulations, or ensure favorable treatment. Crony capitalism. In certain situations, politicians and business magnates have colluded to create monopolies, leading to economic inefficiencies and a lack of competition. Police and law enforcement corruption. Bribery. Police officers may demand bribes for not filing charges, letting go of criminals, or influencing investigations. Corruption within law enforcement often hampers justice and creates a culture of impunity. Public sector corruption, welfare schemes and subsidies. In many cases, government welfare schemes such as food distribution or rural development program have been plagued by corruption. There are instances of diversion of funds, ghost beneficiaries, or misallocation of resources meant for the needy. Impact on development. Corruption has slowed India's economic growth and development. It diverts public resources from essential services like education, healthcare, infrastructure. It also encourages foreign investment and increases the cost of doing businesses. Anti-corruption measures. Right to information. The RTI Act 2005 empowers citizens to request information from the government, increasing transparency and accountability. Lokpal and Lokayukt. The establishment of the Lokpal at the central level and Lokayukt at the state level has been aimed at tackling corruption in public office. Anti-Corruption Bureau. Various states have set up anti-corruption bureaus to investigate and tackle corruption at the grassroots level. The public movement and civil society. Anna Hazare's anti-corruption movement in 2011, social activist Anna Hazare led to a nationwide movement for the creation of a Lokpal to combat corruption. The movement raised public awareness about the issue and pushed the government to pass the Lokpal and Lokayukt Act in 2013. Challenges in tackling corruption like political will, legal loopholes, cultural factors. Corruption remains a complex and pervasive issue in India. While there have been significant efforts to curb it, structural reforms, political commitment, legal changes, and continued civil society activism are required to reduce corruption effectively. Thank you for listening.